Page 178, The Entertainer. Neat piece, very famous piece, ragtime music. Let's look this over. It's not really got anything new, but the music is getting more challenging. We're moving around a lot more. So just take this nice and slow and easy. Let's just one thing at a time. Now it goes through page 179. It's about 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef, 4/4 time, no sharps or flats, so it's either in C major or A minor, one or the other, because those are the keys with no sharps or flats. And if you look at the last measure, bottom page 179, you're here. That's a C chord. I figure it's in C major. Take it one hand at a time. Let's check it because it's got a lot of syncopation. Ragtime uses a lot of syncopation. The notes for the right hand start here, but it's got an 8 VA over the first measure. So we go up here. Then it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 because it's got that tied note. If it confuses you, then just take the tie out and play all the notes. See, and then it's just straight 8th notes. But then when you get a feeling for that, then go ahead and put the tie in. Just hang on to the note rather than playing it. Second measure is the same notes without the 8 VA. You just lift up and come down. Third measure is the same notes, an octave lower. You come down again. And then the left hand takes over. Then you have the 5/7 chord, and then they want you a 1. I'd prefer not to. I'm using the thumb here. If I can avoid using the thumb immediately, I want to do that. So the second finger's there. I'm just going to use it. 3, 1, then cross here. And I'm in position. So it's here, 2. There. If I didn't have this chord first, this fingering is fine. Although I have a habit in this piece of always doing a 2-3. It's just out of habit. It keeps me from having to use the thumb both times. There's nothing wrong with using the thumb both times. I just don't want to. Last line then on page 78. 1 and 2 and 3. Because we're playing on the ands. The left hand's playing quarter notes, so you can see where the beats are, and you can see how these notes line up with the beats. So that's on beat 1, and that's on beat 3, and the others are on the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that's tied, and then on the and of 3 you just lift up and move. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then just come down. And the thumb is fine here because you're close to where you want to be. You do that some more. Second line on page 179, where you're finishing the first line here, and then thumb under. Just reach, relax, and reach. Your thumb will move. You don't have to switch around and twist and all kind of nonsense. Just reach. If you have to do a little of that to help you out, fine, but try not to do it a lot. Yuck. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and what's the fingering? Because 4, 3, 2. And then we have a natural. They don't need the natural sign there in front of the F. It's an F natural anyway, but you just had an F sharp in the previous measure, so they're telling you be sure and play a natural here. And then you lift up, and here I go back to the 2-1. Rather than using thumb again, I go 2, 2, 3 is what I should say. And then it's like it had before. Left hand. Well, left hand has the chords, or broken chords, or whatever it's doing. But on the second line on page 178, it comes in 1, 2, 1. And their idea is you want 1 there because the next one is a G an octave lower, and you can feel that. So it's just better to have a thumb on that. Rest, rest. And then we have broken chords. Now this, if your hand is real fat and fingers don't fit here, although there's no black key here, you might fit. You have to do that. But otherwise, use the fingering in the book. It's one thing. Rest, rest, rest. Okay, go over to page 179, the last two lines. The half notes, it's here. And then add the B flat to it. And then here, and then here, and then here. Rest, rest. And then you're going to repeat. Well, when you repeat back to the reverse repeat sign at the bottom of 178, you're out of position. Because the left hand is here. They want 5. I want to feel, I mean, the articulation will help us here. And the fingering in the book is fine. It's just, I want to feel this. It leads into it. And so I typically would do a 2 and then come up. 3, 1. And I'm in position. You can figure it the way the book is showing, though, if you want to. Then the very last measure on page 179 is here, and then you come down. Remember, 2 ledger lines below the bottom staff is a C. I already went through all the C's thing in a previous video here. Put the hands together. Well, the first line is okay. It's just the right hand. So let's start with the second line. You're here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we want to feel like, or it needs to sound like one hand played all of that. Even though we're, so here and then go on. 1 and, see, it's just ba 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 ba. Reach down, 4th finger here. And I use second finger here because I'm here in the left hand. So the second line again is here. And again, this, they want here. I typically will use a 2 and then come up. So it's, the fingering in the book is fine. You can use that if you want it. You go through and put the hands together and then go back through really carefully and slowly and work on those hard spots, which is probably the whole thing, and get rid of the hesitations. It needs to be a steady beat. You can go nice and slow, but it's got to be a steady beat. So that's, you know, it could take a month to work those out. Be patient. It's okay. It takes a while. Once you have that, then we can add the articulation, the staccatos and accents and things. So here we're going to connect these because there's nothing marked. So it's really our choice. However, I'm telling you, just go ahead and connect those, but the last note is a staccato. But don't accent it, because the tendency when you do that, you push off, you'll tend to accent it. Don't. There's no accent here. Now there's a staccato and an accent, just a little louder, Norm. Let the wrist collapse on this. Don't play with a stiff wrist. And then connect this. Lift up. Well, you gotta lift up to move. In the left hand, I typically disconnect these. They give you staccatos on those, but I disconnect them. You get the idea with the staccatos and the accents and things. You go put all that in. Then finally the dynamics. Well, it applies to the right hand. That's the melody. Loud here, whatever you think loud is. tend to accent the first. The first beat of every measure is a natural accent anyway, and I tend to accent this. Accent. Now the P at the bottom of the page there on page 178, the last line here. That P, in my opinion, belongs on the last 2/8 notes of the second line here. It's a pickup to it. And that's really where it starts. So that should be, so you got this is loud, very loud actually, with an accent, and then soft. All of a sudden, the left has to be very soft. Keep the left hand in the background. So you're here, soft. Then you go up to loud, here. Then go back down. You get the idea of the dynamics. Now this piece is sort of like a statement reply. You have a statement and a reply. Statement, reply. Statement, reply. And then the reply takes off. The statement is soft, the reply is loud. That's all. And you stay there. So forth. That's sort of the dynamics. Get to know the piece and get into it, and you start feeling these dynamics. But make sure there's a difference between your soft and your loud, and keep the left hand out of the way. Now, speed. Well, this is where everybody, including me, messes it up. Scott Joplin himself put in not fast, because you hear people playing this and they just go to town. It's fun. That's not what he wanted. Not fast. To keep this down around middle, moderate range. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that's not slow, but it's not fast either. It's sort of a moderate fast in there. It's the flow of the piece, and the whole thing is at the same speed. Now we have first and second endings at the bottom of page 179, so you know how those work, I hope. You do the first ending and the repeat sign, you go back to the reverse repeat sign at the bottom of page 178. And then the second time you skip the first ending, you're done, you played it once, that's it. Just go over to the second ending and finish it off. There's no pedal in this, we want it to kind of bounce along and have fun with it. Now, on page 179 in the third line down, the left hand is here. There's no staccatos there. I don't know if that was intentional or if they just overlooked it. If you want to play those a little longer, you'd still disconnect them, but it's just not real short. It's up to you. That's interpretation. How do you feel it? Go with how you feel on that one. But these other chords, hold those out the full beat, because you have a rest on the sets. next beat, so don't cut those short on those. I'd like to play this with you very slowly. Now let's just double check all the notes and rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. We will do the repeat. So I'll give us 4 counts. We're going to go really, really slow. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One, rest and. Repeat. Second ending.